Anthropic just agreed to pay $1.5 billion to settle a copyright lawsuit that's around $3,000 per book for illegally downloaded training data. If approved, this will be the largest publicly reported copyright recovery in entire history. Now, this isn't just a settlement. It's the death of free AI training data and the birth of licensing-based AI economics. I was analyzing this landmark copyright settlement, and while everyone focuses on the payout size, I see a fundamental shift that will force every AI-powered SaaS company to completely rethink their cost structure and pricing strategy. The settlement will likely serve as an anchor figure for other major AI companies facing similar lawsuits. The free data assumption that built the entire AI industry just collapsed. The case spotlights tension with courts ruling that training on copyrighted material can qualify as fair use, but how companies obtain that data still carries legal ramifications. Most AI companies built their unit economics assuming training data would remain essentially free. Anthropic just raised $13 billion at a $183 billion valuation, making the $1.5 billion settlement feel manageable. But smaller SaaS companies using AI can't absorb similar proportional costs. The strategic reality, Meta was forced to disclose emails suggesting it knowingly used LibGen, one of the same pirate libraries Anthropic used, and OpenAI faces similar lawsuits. Now, this is not an isolated problem. It is an industry-wide reckoning. Smart SaaS companies are implementing IP-aware pricing architecture before they are forced to. As one legal expert noted, this settlement marks the beginning of a necessary evolution toward a legitimate market-based licensing scheme for training data. Build relationships with content creators and license training data legitimately before lawsuits force expensive settlements. The cost of proactive license is always lower than reactive legal settlements. Design pricing structures that can absorb licensing costs through customer fees rather than margin compression. If training data costs $3,000 per book, that cost needs to flow through to pricing models. Companies that solve IP licensing early gain sustainable advantages over competitors still using questionable training data sources. The deeper psychology here reveals why this creates permanent competitive advantages. The settlement raises stakes for dozens of similar lawsuits and could push more AI companies toward licensing, much like the battle between music streaming and record labels after Napster. Enterprise customers increasingly demand legal compliance guarantees. One expert warned this could potentially cripple or even put Anthropic out of business if they had lost at trial. That risk consciousness is spreading to enterprise buyers. Now, this creates compliance-first purchasing. Customers willing to pay premiums for AI solutions with clear legal training data lineage over cheaper alternatives with legal uncertainty. Stop treating IP licensing as an optional expense and start treating as core infrastructure cost. The companies that adapt their pricing models to include legitimate licensing costs will dominate markets while competitors face legal uncertainty. Build pricing strategies that assume training data licensing will become standard industry practice. The era of move fast and break copyright laws is almost over. The era of price for legal compliance has begun. Your competitive advantage lies in solving IP licenses before it becomes a crisis. While competitors face lawsuits and settlements, you will have sustainable, legally sound AI capabilities with pricing models that already account for content licensing. Drop a comment if you want me to analyze your AI compliance pricing strategy next, or share how IP licensing costs are affecting your AI plans. I am Akhil from Monetizely.